Hello, everybody. I'm Viggy Parhampton, and welcome to Tag Team Tales of Terror, where another horror author and I work together to create something short and diabolical. Today, I've tagged Nat Cassidy. Nat is an award-winning actor, novelist, playwright, and director. His acclaimed novels, including When the Wolf Comes Home, Mary, An Awakening of Terror, Nestlings, and Rest Stop, have been featured in best of lists from Esquire, Harper's Bazaar, NPR, and more. And he was named one of the writers shaping horror's next golden age by Esquire.
Hello. Let's. I am terrified of what we're about to do, so let's do it. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome, because I don't think I really gave you much introduction to what this is. So let me fix that. We'll get into the rules. So this is a progressive story where we will alternate telling bits of the story until we reach some sort of satisfying conclusion. We'll each get 30 seconds. I'll have a timer in the corner. And then we'll start with a prompt that I draw out of this lovely sparkly hat. And then
Fabulous
as my guest, you get to start us off. I'm sorry, that is definitely the harder job. You might want a pen and paper to jot things down or a blank email. That works too. And then we're aiming for about 10 minutes. But if it's shorter, if it's longer, it's totally fine as long as we are happy with where we end up. So
have you seen my books? This could be 45 minutes to 3 hours long.
I think we'll just get hungry before that happens. And then after all of that, I have a little surprise for you.
Oh.
Okay, any questions?
I guess none at the moment. We'll see if any come up.
Okay, if it makes you feel better, nobody has ever bombed doing this.
Okay. Oh, are there language or content restrictions?
No. Go where you need to go.
All right.
See what we got here. Okay. Your child is possessed. And tell me when you're ready and I will start the timer.
And are we doing this in like a narrative voice?
It's however you want to do it. It's a choose your own adventure and I will follow your lead.
Okay. I was in the middle of meal planning for the rest of the week when the daycare called me. That's never a good sign. My heart started beating quite rapidly when I saw who it was on the caller ID. I quickly put down the giant butcher knife onto the counter, wiped my hands as clean as I could get them to swipe open my cell phone, and answered the call. The voice on the other end was harried and frantic, but respectably calm, as the proprietor of the daycare center informed me of what my child had been up to today.
As I listened, my palms grew more and more sweaty, and the food that had looked so good just moments ago no longer looked appetizing at all. My child's teachers told me Chelsea was playing on the playground today. We've never seen this kind of behavior before from her, but all of a sudden, her friend came over and Chelsea just slapped him right across the face. And the worst part was that after it was over, she started laughing. And all of the other kids started crying, and we've tried to punish Chelsea, but she's not even saying she's sorry, and we don't know what to do. And since we have a no hitting policy here, we're going to need you to come pick her up.
I took this all in as calmly and rationally as I could, leaning against the kitchen counter, eyes shut, head bent. I asked, "Do you mind if I get a little clarification before I come in?" "Of course not," the teacher said. "Can you tell me the name of the child Chelsea hit?" There was a pause as the teacher worked their way through wondering why I would ask that, and then said, "Does it matter?" "Yes," I said, my eye darting towards the knife on the counter again. "It matters a great deal. What was the name of the kid she hit?"
And the teacher said, I really shouldn't be telling you this, but since we all just want Chelsea to feel better, the child she hit was Damien. I know that we've had problems with Damien and Chelsea in the past, But really, he's only tugged her hair a couple of times. This violent escalation is unwarranted. And again, I'm going to have to ask you to come pick her up. I said, okay. I hung up the phone. I put the butcher knife in the sink, put the food I had been prepping in the refrigerator, and got in my car to go collect my daughter.
Before getting on the road, I made sure to check one thing, an item in the glove compartment that I knew I needed to have with me. It was there. Of course, it was there. I've prepared for this moment for so, so long. Getting on the road, I found myself constantly throttling the steering wheel with wet palms, imagining wriggling snakes in my grip, wondering if I could do what needed to be done when I got to the daycare. I stole a quick glance into the rearview mirror after I parked in the daycare parking lot. My eyes were red and avid. I tried to force a facade of calm, using the word calm too many times. We'll fix that in edit. I tried to enforce a facade of calm so that they wouldn't suspect what needed to be done. And I said a quick prayer to the entity I knew was listening and watching out for us before going inside, then quickly stopped in the middle of the parking lot, darted back to the car, and grabbed the item I couldn't believe I almost forgot from the glove compartment box. Get your head in the game, I muttered to myself. I kissed the item and held it close, and then ran into the school.
The crucifix was freezing in my hot palm as I ran inside. And at the administration desk, I said, I'm here for Chelsea. And the administrator went completely white and said, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. We had to send her to the nurse's office. I said, what are you talking about? What's wrong with her? I thought she just had a disciplinary problem. And they said, well, she did. And after a while, she was sitting there by herself. And then she took a pair of scissors and just really started cutting. And I said, cutting? What was she cutting? What are you talking about? Construction paper? What? And they said, no, she was cutting all up and down her arms, and she wouldn't stop until we got those scissors out of her hand.
But she's safe now? I asked. Yes, but you have to take her home, they told me. I will. Just, can you tell me one thing before I do that? They looked at me perplexed. Please, I begged. Where is Damien? He's back at class, they said. He's trying to get over being hit. He's very upset, but that's not your concern. You have to take care of your daughter. My daughter is fine, I said. Wipe away the blood from her cuts, and you'll see exactly what she was trying to do, the word she was trying to spell before you so rudely interrupted her. I need to concern myself with what's really important, the kid she knew she needed to hit. Where is Damien? And I held out the crucifix, which was now beginning to glow. Take him to me before it's too late. You have no idea what you are messing with right now.
The administrator looked at me, looked at her phone. I could tell she was thinking about calling 911. But when we heard a scream coming from the back of the school, she finally relented and said, okay, fine, just go. But if anybody asks, I didn't let you in. So I ran to the back. I ran right to where Chelsea's classroom was. And when I opened the door, the screaming got louder and louder. And that's when I saw Damien. He was at the front of the classroom, and all of the children and the teacher were in the back, cowering in fear as he stood in front of them with his arms wide and was screaming and screaming. And as he was screaming, something black and horrible was pouring out of his mouth like smoke and collecting around the children and the teacher. And I knew exactly what I had to do. I pulled the crucifix out of my pocket.
And promptly threw it to the ground and stomped on it and spat on it and said, Damien, I refute all that is good in this world. Chelsea, come to me. Chelsea floated through the air where she had been clinging to the ceiling of the nurse's office and showed me the word written on her arm, the angel's name that I knew Damien possessed. I had sold my daughter's soul to a demon and knew that the only way to fight the angels on earth was to say their seraphic name, the name she had begun writing in her flesh with the scissors. Together, my daughter and I were going to drive these angels from the world, these disgusting, holy creatures. I continued stomping and spitting on the cross while my daughter floated in and swallowed the blackness that was coming out of Damien, the demon that I had put in her and which I knew he had tried to take from her in the playground. Only an angelic child like Damien would dare do such a thing, and she was right to strike him in the face.
And as we watched, the black cloud went further and further down Chelsea's throat, and Damien's screaming started to get softer and less powerful until he had shrunk and shrunk into himself, and he crawled over to where the other children and the teacher were cowering in the back. And then I held hands with Chelsea, we stomped on the crucifix together, and we said, "We own you all now."
Class dismissed.
Yes! That was great.
Look, there's some imperfections we're going to need to fix in a second draft.
Naturally, but I loved that twist. I did not see that coming. Poor Damien. He always gets a bad rap.
Yeah, little angelic kid. Hate him.
Well, how was that? That wasn't so bad, right?
No, that's a lot like the drafting process, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's fun. And we do have to come up with a title, though.
And we ended at 9:25, which is a number that is actually very important to me. So that's perfect. That's Department 925 and When the Wolf Comes Home, in fact. A title.
We totally did that on purpose.
Oh, of course. We're professionals. Let's see. The meal prep that was happening was definitely something cannibalistic, by the way. We'll find a way to fix that too. A good title. It's got to be evocative. It's got to be short. It's got to be punchy. I mean, your titles are great.
Oh, thank you.
So I don't know. What are you leaning towards?
I really like that last line. Class dismissed.
Class dismissed. I'm happy with that. That's a good title.
That speaks to you. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
we're doing it. And I told you I was going to give you a present after all of this. And so here it is. I am hungry like the wolf, so to speak, after all that creativity. So I created a delicious recipe based on When the Wolf Comes Home, just for you. I call this the ultimate comfort waffle mac and cheese taco. Okay? And obviously, When the Wolf Comes Home revolves so much around fear and keeping it at bay. And I thought, what better way to comfort yourself than with the most comforting foods imaginable combined? And it comes together very quick. It can be made using ingredients Jess would have easy access to in the diner. Just take a waffle, shredded cheese, mac and cheese, crispy bacon, and then you can drizzle it with your favorite topping, maple syrup, hot honey, hot sauce, whatever you like. And no one can be scared while eating this ultimate comfort food.
Man, that is perfect on a number of levels, because it's also kind of a shapeshiftery food. Like it is a monster with a lot of faces. That food, it made my Jewish digestive system just like lurch in preemptive agony. But I want it so bad. Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Put a little shredded chicken in there too.
It's very good. Yes, I mean it's customizable. I tested it out on my 2.5-year-old, and he gobbled that up in about 30 seconds. So it's good.
Oh yeah, if a kid that age is gonna eat it, it's got to be perfection. Mm-hmm. Man, you got to go into the market for like taco shell shaped waffles, because those would sell like literal hotcakes.
I agree. I think that would be very good. And I mean, you could do sweet versions, you could do savory versions. The world is your waffle taco, so to speak.
What are we doing writing books?
No,
We
we've
could be
missed our
making some real
calling.
money. Yeah. Oh my God. What a high honor. No one has ever done a recipe for me before, let alone such a killer one. That one
Thank
sounds
you.
really good.
It is, and I will be including the recipe in the show notes for this video for anybody else who needs some comfort while reading.
These days we need all the comfort we can get.
It's true. Can you just tell everybody where they can find you and keep up with you and your work?
Oh yeah, so you can if you want to go to a website that gets updated twice a year, you can go to natcassidy.com. Otherwise, I'm on all the socials, either at Catnacity or at Nat Cassidy, depending on who got the name first.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Such a pleasure.